Hello everyone and welcome back to the FIFA 15 Premier League season. Last week's results are in the record books, they're in Grey Sports Almanac, and we move on to Gameweek 9 in the Premier League. 10 exciting fixtures, perhaps highlighted by Manchester United vs Chelsea. Let's go! Following their win last week against Tottenham, Man City were surely full of confidence for their trip to West Ham. After scoring all 4 goals last week, Sergio Aguero would find himself on the scoresheet once again by opening the scoring in the 19th minute, beating almost the entire West Ham backline before firing a shot off the post and into the net, giving City the lead. Not long after, City would double their lead, David Silva picking out Edin Dzeko with a perfectly placed through ball that Dzeko followed up with a fantastic first time finish. Aguero would then make it 3-0 right on half-time, a chip through ball from Yaya Toure finding the Argentine, who powered a shot past Adrian at the near post to give the travelling away fans even more to cheer about. Into the second half then, and West Ham don't deal with a long ball from Vincent Kompany, and the ball falls kindly for Yaya Toure, who smashes it into the back of the net on the half volley. A commanding performance from Manchester City to achieve a 4-0 win. After a somewhat lucky win last week against QPR, Liverpool went into their game against Hull City looking for a much more convincing performance. Captain Steven Gerrard obviously wanting to lead by example, and in typical fashion hammered a shot into the top corner, giving the Hull keeper no chance to get Liverpool going in this game. However, Liverpool have been very exposed in defence for quite a while now, and that continued as Hull were able to grab an equaliser not long afterwards. Lovren and Skuttle were all over the place as Hull striker Hernandez was able to convert from close range. Liverpool would regain the lead in the second half with a bursting run from Raheem Sterling, who used his immense pace and dribbling ability to get himself into the box before scoring in off the post. No Hull player could cope with his pace, and a good finish gave Liverpool a 2-1 win. Third place Southampton went into their game against Stoke in fine goal scoring form after hitting 8 last time out against Sunderland. A great strike from Wanyama in the 18th minute would see Southampton take the lead. He wasn't closed down at all and unleashed an unstoppable strike that nestled in the top corner, giving the keeper absolutely no chance. It would be 2-0 right on half-time as Tadic powered his way into the box and attempted a curling effort which Stoke keeper Begovic saved well, but unfortunately for the keeper, however, Pele is there to tap in the rebound and secure all 3 points for Southampton. After just a shocking performance last week against Southampton, Sunderland faced Arsenal hoping to give a much better account of themselves, while Arsenal will be wanting to do much better than the draw they earned against Hull. In perhaps the most un-Arsenal-like of circumstances, Arsenal were able to open the scoring from a corner as Sani Cazorla's set piece is headed in by Oxlade-Chamberlain. More placement than power that helped this header bounce in and past the goalkeeper. Into the second half then, and former Sunderland loanee Danny Welbeck would double Arsenal's lead after some good skill inside the box to create space for a shot that was coolly placed across the keeper and into the back of the net. Welbeck, who seems to be enjoying finally getting his chance to play as a main striker, got himself on the scoresheet again a little bit later on, with a good run past a few Sunderland defenders before powering a shot past the helpless goalkeeper. A good performance would see Arsenal leave with a 3-0 win. Coming off a good draw against Manchester United, West Brom welcomed Crystal Palace to the Hawthorns. Continuing his good goal-scoring form, Berahino would open the scoring after being played in on goal by Gardner. Confident side-footed finish to put West Brom 1-0 up. Berahino would then double the lead in the 47th minute with a run that featured a good mix of skill and luck as he bullied his way through the Palace defence before finishing from a very tight angle. Palace did create a decent opportunity in the 74th minute, Gale with a volley just wide of the post. However, that was the closest they got to changing the score, and it was West Brom that would leave this one with a 2-0 win. Our next game sees Leicester facing a away trip to Swansea. Swansea would take the lead early on in this one, with Sigurdsson finding a great pass to put Wilfred Boney one-on-one before toe poking the ball under the Leicester goalkeeper, to give Swansea the lead after just 10 minutes. Boney would then score his second in the 23rd minute after a strong run for the Leicester defence, powering a shot across the goalkeeper to double Swansea's lead. Leicester did get one back in the second half, Esteban Cambiasso scoring a wonderfully hit half volley past Fabianski. After a bit of pinball in the Swansea defence, ended up with the ball falling kindly for the Leicester man. However, Swansea would secure the win in the 90th minute after a clearance leads to Wilfred Boney being one-on-one, and after using his strength, finished calmly into the bottom corner to make sure it was Swansea that ended up with all 3 points. After securing their first home win of the season last week, Everton travelled to Burnley with hopes of making it back-to-back wins. And they got off to a great start in this game with Ross Barkley opening the scoring after a good through ball from Gareth Barry. A cool side-footed finish from Barkley. And then a few minutes later, record signing Lukaku would play a big part in Everton's second goal as his inch-perfect pass across the Burnley penalty area gave Leighton Baines a tap-in to double Everton's lead. Burnley did manage to get one back in the 78th minute after Barnes' initial effort is saved by Everton keeper Tim Howard, and Danny Ings is there to head in the rebound to give Burnley some hope of getting something from this game. That hope was soon dashed, however, as Everton would score a third after Barkley wins the ball on the halfway line, drives into the Burnley box, before producing another quality side-footed finish low into the corner to secure all 3 points and another win. After a disappointing showing last time out against Manchester City, Tottenham entertained Newcastle at White Hart Lane, hoping for a much different result. A pretty cagey affair this one, with few chances for either team. However, just before half-time, Christian Eriksen was able to find some space in the Newcastle box and unleashed a powerful shot across the goalkeeper that nestled in the back of the net to give Spurs the lead. Eriksen would nearly double the scoreline in the second half with a long-range effort that had Tim Krul beaten, but unfortunately could only cannon off the post rather than adding to the score. 1-0 to Tottenham, this one finished. Our highlight game this week sees Manchester United face their first big test under Louis van Gaal as they take on unbeaten league leaders Chelsea. United, who have so much firepower up front, knew they would need a much better defensive performance against today's opponents, and started off well, restricting Chelsea to tame shots and no clear opportunities. United themselves will create good opportunity as Ander Herrera's header brought a good save from Courtois to keep the scores at 0-0. Robin van Persie would also have an opportunity early in the second half, but his effort was hit straight at the keeper. deadlock would eventually be broken when former Chelsea player Juan Mata found himself free in the box and rifled a shot that beat Courtois at his near post to put United ahead. An effort from Cesc Fabregas not long after would do nothing to change the score, as the Spaniard was given no time to place his shot and hit it high and wide. Radamel Falcao nearly doubled United's lead after a good run into the box, but unfortunately his finish didn't quite match the quality of his run. Chelsea were able to nearly snatch a point as Salah was able to get some space in the box, but his effort was only able to find the post, and it was Manchester United that emerged with the victory. Our final game this week sees QPR take on Aston Villa. Villa got off to a quick start in this one, taking the lead after just 2 minutes. Weimann with some good dribbling skills to engineer enough space to find a shot that beat the keeper at his near post. QPR would get back into the game however, as Leroy Fer is brought down in the box and Charlie Austin steps up to confidently put away the resulting penalty. Into the second half then, and yet another penalty, this time for Aston Villa, would see Weimann put away his second goal of the game and restore Villa's lead. And then almost straight from the resulting kickoff, Tom Cleverley was able to take the ball back and unleash a powerful shot into the corner of the net, giving Aston Villa the 3-1 win. Well, that's another week of the FIFA 15 Premier League season in the books. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next week for Game Week number 10.